play today.
Don't be rude. What was she doing? Being disrespectful.
My sister said I want like this and let's do the quiz. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's see the jumping practice.
You go. Wow.
Hey, go get what you need. Go get what you need. Put some oil on it.
And then apple. Mommy.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait. What? Isn't it this? Yeah. Oh. Mommy, they're not all.
Shalom, you guys. Can I have my stuff, please? Time for class.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
1.
Wait, can I leave her alone?
It is time for class. Thank you.
Mine.
Okay. Still too close. Why is that so
You can't see me.
I know, we can't see anybody.
Mom, you can't hear me.
That's weird. It was like mega zoom.
Now can
Now can we see everybody?
No.
No? Can't we see now?
You guys can't see me.
Oh. Why can't we see you, Ariel?
Because I'm not here.
Aw,
Hey. Oh.
that's cute.
What in the heck? I'm just a ghost.
You're going to set up, come on, let's go.
I died on the Titanic.
That was right. Okay, we're going to start with introductions. We're going to start at that end of the table. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Martin.
My name is Maura.
My name is good and bad. My week was good and bad.
Why was your week good and bad?
Because I was alive and I had fun this week. And then
Can you speak more clearly, please?
I had fun this week and my friends and friends did not.
My friends did not come. Do you want them to hear what you're saying?
My friends did not come, so it's sad today.
Okay. That's fair.
What? Okay, my name's Aya Simon. Right? My week was good and bad.
Why was your week good and bad?
My week was good because I got to make mazes and I'm starting to up my mom on my coloring book. It's called, I'm about to say 100% Wayne Speaks book. It's, no, it's one of a kind here like mine. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm helping mom. I'm gonna put my names that I made in my column. All about it.
Okay.
And my week was bad is because my friends didn't go.
Okay. So everybody said that our friends did not come today. Nava. What did you say, Nava? Why are you not here today? You're what? You're playing in your room? Okay. Okay.
I get to make some treats for nighttime.
Okay. We bakeless, well, we didn't bake, we made bakeless cookie dough.
Yeah. And it was very delicious. I got 3. Mara got 2, and I don't know Mara got. I got 5.
Okay. Is that it?
No.
What else do you want to share with us?
Yeah, my sister's so awesome. I did the
we learned last week. What did we learn last week?
I'm about to say
Sit down.
Prince.
Sit down
I'm about to say
and raise your hand.
That's not it. We learned about
No, we didn't learn about Gideon last week. Think about what you had to memorize. Usually, what you have to memorize has to do with what we talked about. So yes, we talked about the 10 Commandments last week. And in the 10 Commandments, we talked about from the beginning, right? What did Moses have to do? How many times did he have to make the commandments? 2 times, right? And being in control of our
I think I know what I'm doing. What have to do? Order.
No. So we talked about how, the Almighty took him. Ma'am. Talked about how the Almighty took him to a place of having to rewrite them himself so that the Almighty could make sure that he understood that the Almighty was always in control and to follow and do as he was told to do. So now the children have to do their scripture remembrance, which is actually not scripture remembrance. They're going to quote the 10 Commandments in order. And if they do, then they get a prize. Yes. Speak clearly if you want to talk to me. Speak clearly if you want to talk.
How many cookies can I get?
You get a whole pack of cookies. There's a little 4 packs of cookies, and I'll go get them.
I got one of your big oatmeal cookies. Hey.
I don't know. I think I go to the center. I usually go to the center so you can make the
I'm not. But that means you get 2.
You have the option of, if you successfully quote the 10 Commandments, no thank you. You have the option of, I got 2 of the 10 cookies. So anyways, we have Oreo cookies, we have these Chicky cookies, Lucas, and some Airheads for your prize. So who's going to go first?
I guess
You're a little thief.
Dada.
Okay, you're going to go first. Put your dress down, please. Don't be shy. Okay, Kamari, go ahead and go.
Okay. 1 is, thou shalt no other gods before me. 2 is, thou shalt not make no given images.
Graven images,
3 is, thou shalt not
Louder.
take the Lord's thou shalt not take the Lord's name, in vain. Therefore, is remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. 5 is honor thy father and thy mother. And 6 is thou shalt not kill. 7 is thou shalt not commit adultery. 8 is thou shalt not steal. And 9 is thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. And 10 thou shalt not covet.
Sit down. Okay, so what are you going to choose? Alright, are you going to choose a cookie? Can you stop, ma'am? An Airhead? You're going to want a cookie?
Mommy.
Come on. Which one do you want? There's also the Oreo cookie. Which one's Oreo cookie? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, sit down. On your bottom. No, one later.
One is thou shalt no gods before me.
Loud.
1 is thou shalt have no gods before me. 2 is thou shalt have no graven images from heaven or above. 3 is thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. 4 is thou shalt keep the Sabbath day holy. 5 is thou shalt honor your mother and father. 6 is thou shalt not kill. 7 is thou shalt not commit adultery. 8 is thou shalt not steal. 9 is thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbors. 10 is thou shalt not covet. Yours.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, because I messed up. He made a little ring out of it, and I messed it up, and he was mad at me. Good job, guys. Everybody give yourself a round of applause. You did a great job, Mary. Don't be rude. I'm very proud of you guys. Okay, so let's jump into it. You guys did a good job. And this week you're going to go back to the scripture. It's okay, it's not a long scripture. You can do it. Alright, you're going to need to grab your Bible. Alright. So, the Most High is a Yah of order, right? He's a God of order. He has diligently orchestrated, yes ma'am.
We're going to talk about the order of operations.
Thank you. Put your cookie down so you can focus. He has diligently orchestrated the whole world so that everything works together in unity. The butterflies flutter endlessly the way they are supposed to. The ants dig tunnels and lay eggs just as they were created to. The lions roam the way he designed them. Do you know which of Yah's creations do not follow order, and which of Yah's creations disrupt other things from behaving the way they were initially designed? Who that?
You already know.
Satan.
Satan? Yes, Satan does not act the way he was created to defeat. Kamari, what else? You?
People.
People. Okay, man, right? Is that the right answer, Aria? Man? Oh, I forgot to... And woman, okay. I forgot to show you. We're going to make little, today for our lesson, we're going to make little origami frogs. They're kind of hard to see. I didn't have origami paper, so I used magazine paper, which works just as well. The reason why I use magazine paper because it's light, right, like origami paper, but I suppose you can use regular paper too. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And going back, so we're going to start at Genesis chapter 6, verse 5.
Boy,
Genesis chapter 6, verse 5. Yeah, you guys have to survive. That's why I'm like in the process of buying new Bible. Ariel's got it. Ariel kicks your guys' butt like all.
And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that
every imagination
of the thoughts of his heart was only evil.
Continuously.
Continuous.
Keep going.
When do I stop? And the Lord, wait. And it repent the Lord that he said, made a man on the earth, and it given him at his heart. And the
It
Lord
grieved him at his heart. Keep going.
And the Lord said, I would destroy man, whom he created from the face to earth, both man and beast, and creepy things, and fowls of the air, for it repented me that I will make them.
Okay. When the Bible says man, you guys already said that it's talking about men and women. Do you think that's right, Kamari? You think it's still talking about men and women? Why do you think that?
Because women.
Loud?
Women are the only people that have the rule over all the animals, and they can pretty much change anything they want.
Okay.
Except other humans.
What do you think? Do you think it's talking about both men and women?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
I think this is when Yeshua flooded the earth.
Yah, not Yeshua. Okay, so you have Yah, you make this mistake a lot. Yah is the top supreme being, right? Yah is God, right? Then Yah's son is Yeshua, right? So Yah, I think the shorter name is God, and because Yah and God both have 3 letters, right? Okay? And then Yeshua is like 5 letters, right? Okay. So technically Yeshua did because Yeshua and Yah are the same, right?
So it's just one person that
He manifested himself differently. So Yeshua is a manifestation of Yah. So
he cloned himself?
kinda. But not really. It's the same. Okay. So passage that we just read, Genesis 6 and 5, do you know where this is coming from? Who was this in relation to? Which Bible figures is it in relation to? So when he's not Moses, not Jonah, not Abraham,
David?
not David, when he said he was mad at the wickedness of the earth.
Yeah, I'm a Satan.
No. Noah. You already kind of said it earlier. No, right? So this passage is in relation to Noah.
Oh, I forgot.
We can see that from the beginning, man has been out of order to the point where Yah decided he was going to do what he did to earth. What did he do to the earth? Flooded with lava. The earth is hot lava. You can't touch anything. Water. Good job, Nava. And what happened when he flooded the earth with water?
No, the cars had to stop.
The cars had to stop. There weren't any cars then. But good job. High five. What about the animals? Did the animals live or did the animals die?
Die.
Yeah, all the animals died. Good job.
Except the ones that went into the ark.
The ones that went in the ark and the ones that were in the ocean, right?
Wait, so all the animals in the ocean
Sister Hava, you should be able to use regular paper. If you have any, maybe some instruction manuals, if you have any that may have that like slick kind of glossy paper, or you may even have some slick kind of glossy paper somewhere, and you probably do. All right, so we're going to go to, okay, the wickedness of the days of Noah are kind of like what's going on in the world today. How do we know this? So let's go to Matthew chapter 24, verse 37.
First what?
37 through 39. Her hand was up in there first.
But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were both the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving a marriage unto the day that Noah entered the ark. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also be coming of the Son of Man be.
Yes, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So before the flood, people were just doing what they wanted to do, right? They weren't paying attention. And then, let's read 39:8. Come on, go ahead and read verse 39. Read it loud.
And he knew until the flood came.
He knew not
until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
That's right. So does it say, hey, both of you, put your treats down for now. Thank you. So does it say the wicked people didn't even, does it say the wicked people knew that the destruction was upon them? The question I should be asking is, do we know that the righteous people, did the righteous people know that the wickedness was, the destruction was coming?
Yeah, because
Speak up.
Yeshua, Yah told
Good
Noah.
job. Y'all told Noah, right? I think if there was other people serving the Most High, they would have made it on the ship, right? So let's look at it from a scriptural standpoint. Genesis 6 and 8. Yes.
But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
I didn't even call on you, right? So why do you think Noah found grace from the Most High?
Because he
What's wrong? What's wrong, Zahari? Can you tell?
Okay. Ariel.
it's because Yeshua saw
Yeah.
saw what he was doing, and it was very good, and Yah was proud of him for what he was doing. So when he
we know that he found grace?
Because he found grace because he's like, thank you, Almighty, for telling me so that he can get prepared for
Maybe. Okay, so I'm going to read something from Ecclesiasticus. This is in the Apocrypha, so you don't have them. Noah was found perfect and righteous. In the time of wrath, he was taken in exchange for the world. Therefore was he left as a remnant unto earth when the flood came. So Noah was found what? No, he was found perfect and righteous, right? So that's how we know that the righteous people made it into the ark, that they knew what was coming. The wicked people, they were caught off guard, right? They didn't see anything coming. Till the rain, because at that point in time, what we didn't cover is that it didn't rain back then. And so Noah was building this boat, and everybody's looking at him like, "Noah, you're crazy." And he's like, "The flood is coming." He was warned, "The flood is coming. The flood is coming." They're like, "No, what are you talking about?" They probably didn't even have a word. I wonder what word he used for rain, because there was no rain, right? And then they were like, "You're crazy." And then they're like, "Who spit on me? Who spit on me? Like, y'all, what is this?" And then they were curious. Then they probably freaked out because they're like, "Uh-oh, no, it was right?" So they didn't even know what was coming until it was right upon them. So I'm going to read you something, and I want you to tell me if it sounds like how the earth is today. The earth was so corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence, and Yah looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh had corrupted his ways upon the earth. Does that sound like something how the earth is today?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. So that's actually a passage from Genesis 6 and 11 through 12, which takes us back to the beginning of Matthew, right? Matthew 24 and 37 said, "But as the days of Noah were, so also is the coming of the Son of Man be." So we know that Noah, as wicked as this earth is right now, we know that maybe it's got to get a little bit more wickeder before he comes. Wickeder is not a word, but we're going to use it today. Because when the wickedness had reached its fullness, the Almighty flooded the earth. So because the Almighty hasn't destroyed the earth the second time, they really haven't reached full wickedness. So it's crazy right now. They had to be really crazy back then. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
They were like, maybe we're on like a level 8 craziness. They were like on a level 10 craziness.
Or 100.
100. They beat the scale. We were only going 1 to 10, and they went to 100. I don't know. So,
I wish I could.
what are some corrupt things that you see man doing now that we know aren't pleasing to the Most High? Because Almighty created order, right? He created everything to work in a specific way. So, what are some things that man has come in and messed up so it doesn't work the way that the Almighty created it to be? Nada. Happiness? I'll take that, because what the Almighty has created us for, to find happiness in, man has perverted, right? And they find happiness in bad things, right? Almighty doesn't want us to find happiness in bad things. Okay, Ariel? Lying?
Yeah.
No.
Yeshua didn't want them to lie, but then the people still lie.
Yeah, but we're talking about
the
things.
ecosystem, the air,
So-
animals.
So be more specific. Okay, so the ecosystem. What do you say about the ecosystem?
Like throwing trash, polluting it with gases, greenhouse gases, and animals taking out their forests, making them more aggressive and not happy.
Okay. Ariel, did you want to add something else? Okay. So I've got a list of things. So cloning animals, right?
They can do that?
Yep, men work on cloning animals, which is where they take two animals and they put them together and make a whole new animal. So there's a thing called a liger. What do you think a liger is?
A lion with a tiger.
That's right, a lion and a tiger is a liger. And so that is a cloned animal. The liger didn't naturally exist. The Almighty made tigers and he made lions, and the man came and said, liger! Right?
How do they put them together?
I don't know how they do it. Because lions and tigers don't live in the same area. Tigers are in Asia and lions are in Africa, right?
So where are they going to live?
They live in zoos. Right? So science is always going around and because the bees are dying, like they're making mosquitoes that like function like bees. Like the scientists just do all kinds of crazy. The world is so wicked right now.
Like
Yeah.
if they say we're animals and chickens are enemies.
Because of all the pesticides that they use.
And then scientists say
Or penguins. What are they doing to penguins, Nava? Ice? They're melting the penguins' ice? What are they doing, baby? You don't know? Okay. All right.
and
Yes, smart.
They're making fake chicken or something.
Yep, they make fake meat. Yes.
and they say that
Where they-
chickens are what was it called? Like I guess cousins of velociraptor.
Oh, how they say evolution? Yeah, evolution.
No, it was like how like they take a piece of the chicken and then they turn it into like a full chicken by making the chicken grow.
Oh, by using hormones to make it grow faster. Yes, Nava.
Wait, what? Chicken?
Fake chicken? Yeah, fake meat. Okay. What else do I have? So I have men having babies. So they're trying to
Impossible.
Well, they're trying to make it. They're trying to create a baby grows in a woman's uterus, and so they're trying to make like a fake uterus so that men can have babies. Homosexuality, right? Which is where men like men and women like women. That's an abomination to the Most High. We've talked about that. Hybrid humans.
Hybrid.
Where they're mixing humans with animals.
What?
I know, this world is so crazy.
Oh, like that sweet tooth where there's.
Well, in that show, Sweet Tooth, they didn't know where they were coming from. They didn't know how, and then we stopped watching the show because they kept using profanity. But stop pushing on the table. Sit up, please. That's you because he's not even sitting on the side of the table, right? So where they mix human and animals together, clones, which is where they take like your DNA and then they put it into an embryo and then they grow a whole completely new you.
And then they're killing you.
Maybe they kill you, or
Like,
they
that's how I seen the movie.
yeah, or maybe there's just two of you walking around mixing fruit. So they take the same way they take the animals, right? And they mix them together. They take fruit and they mix two fruits together. Like take an apple and a grape and they put it together. And I don't know what it's called, but it's like a whole new fruit, right? So they're all trying
How is that bad?
because the Almighty made apples and He made grapes. If He wanted an apple grape, He would have made an apple grape.
Can you eat that or it's bad for you?
We probably shouldn't eat those things because it's not in the way that the Almighty intended it. Seedless fruit, right? So genetically modified fruit where they take the seeds out. Yah created the plant to have seeds. The seeds disperse, a new plant grows. But when you take out the seeds, you're changing the original composition of it, and it can no longer make new fruit, right?
No.
And then as Kamari said, the environmental aspect, so blocking up the sun, altering the weather, polluting the earth, right? All of those things are environmental things. We're changing the way the Almighty created this world to function. Yes.
But then don't use the seeds, then there's no plants growing.
Yeah. So the Almighty created us to be in order, and then He created this world to be in order, right? But then man comes in, and man not only disrupts our natural order, but we also are disrupting the order of the things around us, right? And that probably doesn't make y'all very happy, which is why when He flooded the earth, He killed the animal and He killed man because man was causing disarray in everything that we touched.
So what did the animals do? Like spiders, what did they do?
I don't think spiders did anything, but they were just messing up everything in the way that it functions naturally, the way that Yah had created it to be. Yes. Can you speak up so they can hear?
All plants die too.
Yep. Just like, okay, so remember when it flooded really bad here? And then all along the river, everything was brown. And that wasn't mud. That was the plants were dying. They suffocated because plants need water as well. And they need sunlight. But if they're not getting water and sunlight, just like if they're not getting oxygen and sunlight, if you didn't get oxygen, what would happen to you? You would drown. Okay, that's fine. You would drown, right? So same thing happens to animals, to plants if they're not getting oxygen. So man's mind is continually wicked. It's almost like it's intentional. Like man is like, ooh, Yah created this. Let me see how I can destroy it. That's what it seems like to me. Like they're just so wicked. They're like it's like purposeful, just to destroy everything. Have you ever seen a little kid like that, where their whole intention is just to wreak havoc, just to destroy things?
Yes.
Yes, Ariel, were you going to say something?
Ooh, and then like the scientists make the weather machines like change the weather and destroy other places.
Yep, exactly. They use weather to destroy places so that they can control areas. All right.
Is there anything? So is time machines actually real?
I don't know if time machines are real. Probably. Do you think time machines are real? Let me know in the comments. All right. So Jeremiah 7:24. She's gonna beat you.
I already know she's gonna beat me. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you gonna let your little sister be faster at finding scriptures than you? Jeremiah is in the Bible.
Jeremiah what?
Jeremiah 7:24. Sister Ahava said, seedless fruit cannot reproduce itself. That's right. And that's why we can't eat it.
Jeremiah what?
7:24. Okay, go ahead.
But they hover not.
Nope.
I'm at 7. Look.
7:24. Verse 20, verse 24.
Yeah.
Birthday. Oh, 26.
Yeah.
No, that's not it either. Maybe I think it's 26, but I think I just grabbed a different translation.
Oh yeah, I'm there. Yep. Bye bye.
Go ahead, read 26.
Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers.
Okay, so I'm going to read what mine says. I'm not really sure where mine came from. It says, yet did they not obey or incline their ear, but walked in their own counsel and in stubbornness of their evil heart and went backward and not forward. In life, should we be going backwards? Is moving backwards considered a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing, right? So if you were potty trained, right? Because remember when we first potty trained Zahara, she was always going pee-pee and people in the potty, right? But then what started happening?
She went backwards after Gabby.
Nope, it was well before. Hold on. It was well before that came. It was when I started going out and running errands and I wasn't here to stay on top of her. Then she started having accidents, right? She started having accidents in her pooping in her panties and having pee-pee on the floor. Oh, hold on. Yes, Nala. Yeah, but that didn't have anything to do with Gabby. Yes. Sit it the right way.
I found it in the last question. I have one in pieces.
Ariel, that has nothing to do with our class. You were interrupting the flow of our class to talk about something that's completely irrelevant. Put it on the floor and stop making noise. It was Zahara. I just gave it to Zahara. Put it on the floor and leave it alone. Thank you. That was rude. Right? So man is wicked. If I was walking and then I couldn't walk anymore, would we consider that a good thing or a bad thing? A bad thing, right? What's something else that's bad when you go backwards? If you were getting good grades and then you started getting bad grades, right? So it's not good to go backwards. We should always be making progress and moving forward. Sister Hava, as long as it's lightweight, I think that's more so important than shiny, because when you start folding, then it gets kind of, it'll get harder to fold it. So why do you think the Almighty created order?
Because if it wasn't in order, then things would go wrong.
If everything wasn't in order?
Like Revelation would be right now, then our lifetime right now will be before Revelation should be.
Maybe.
And then Genesis would be in the middle, and prophets would be in the front, and David and Samuel and Songs and Solomon. And
Well, the
everything.
position of the chapters in the Bible doesn't really matter so much.
No, I mean the time.
Oh,
of
the timeline,
characters
yeah.
would go.
So if Revelation came before us living, then that means we wouldn't make it into kingdom, because that means judgment already came. And that's kind of stink, right?
Yeah, but then and we won't go in the kingdom, but then we'll go get out here and come up here in our lives.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see. Okay. So everywhere around us there is order. Man understands order in the natural, but not in the spiritual. And this is what leads to destruction. So in the family structure, how does the family structure work? Who's at the top of the family structure?
Dad or boys?
Yah, right? Yah, and then who else?
Not me.
Then Yeshua.
Then Yeshua. Good job. Then who else?
Dad.
Then Dad. Good job. Who
Then
else?
Mom.
Then Mom. Who else?
Then the older brothers.
Yes,
Then
you can't say my name. Goodness gracious.
It's not about you. Stop making this personal and put your leg down. Thank you. We're talking about the family structure, which has nothing to do with our family. Then it comes to children. Yes, Nala. Lola, so grandparents, yeah, that would be up there with parents. Good job. Right? So let's turn to 1 Corinthians 11 and 3.
It's in the New Testament.
Brother Vince said, Ariel.
What?
Ariel. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. That was close. I think Kamari got that one. No, you read like everyone since we got in here. Okay, Kamari, go ahead. 11 and 3.
But I would have known that the head of
I would have you read.
know that every head of every man is
That the head of every. Do I need to have her read it?
no.
Okay, read. Please start all over.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is
Yes, Christ.
that the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is Yah.
So this one's about a little bit out of order, right? Not out of order, but just the way they worded it. So he said, there's Christ, right? Then there's man. Then there's the woman, right? And then above Christ is Yah. So just like Ariel
And
said,
Yeshua.
Yah is God. Yeshua is Christ. Yeshua HaMashiach. So this type. Yeshua Ha would be like the. Mashiach would be Messiah. So it would be Yeshua the Messiah. Got it? Good.
No.
Got it? Good. All right. So, and then in business and leadership, how many owners are there of a business typically?
1,000.
Nope, one. He's called the CEO. How many captains are on a ship? One, right?
Probably the printing artist.
He can have a co-captain. How many pilots fly the plane?
2.
Two, but one is your captain, right? And then he has a co-captain. So you always have one person who gets the final decision, because if you had two people that had to make the final decision, what do you think would happen all the time? They'd be fighting, because like, I think we should do this, and I think we should do this, and I think we should do that, and I think we should do that. But it's important to have one person who takes a complete, leave it alone, oversight over everything. Yes. No fighting. Good job, Nala. Right? So let's go to yes. No fight. Thank you, God. Genesis 41 and 40.
We were after Revelations. I would just make sure I would be as person when I was there. I would read to either of them.
She's eating. Genesis 41 and 40. Yes. Kamari made his sister such a beautiful plate. He had organized all her apples and tomatoes and cucumbers so nicely on the plate for us. Beautiful. I was very impressed. Okay, Ariel was there first. 41 and 40. Okay, Kamari.
Thou shalt be over
Thou shalt be over my house and according to
Alright.
what? You said me 3.
We would only.
Start over, please, Ariel.
Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be gathered.
Greater.
Than thou.
Keep going, 41.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set thee over the land of Egypt.
So Egypt is a kingdom, right? So Pharaoh's like a king. So who's at the top of the kingdom in Egypt?
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, right? So he's the chief. Everybody knows this, right?
And then it has Joseph.
The king is chief, right? And then underneath him, he set up Joseph, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then underneath him, people. But we see in the natural, we can understand how a king has ultimate authority over his kingdom, right? Everybody understands this. But when Yah sets up order, man acts like, oh, what's going on? We don't understand why he's doing this, right? So then in math, Kamari, what's the order in math? Order of PEMDAS, right? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, which is, please is?
Parentheses.
Excuse is? Exponents. Please excuse my?
Multiplication.
Dear?
Division.
Aunt?
Addition.
Sally?
Subtraction.
Subtraction. Right? So in math, when you have a bunch of different math equations all together, you have to do them in a specific order, or it doesn't work right. So go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40.
Your song is the worst.
Boom. Don't judge me.
1 Corinthians 4.
Thank you, Naga.
4 and 40, right?
Yes. 14 and 40.
Oh, you said 4 and 40.
14 and 40. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Start to talk about my song. Ariel's got it.
Let all things be done
Decency.
decency and in order.
Let everything be done in order, right? Sister Hava said, that's because people fail to see the Most High as King. That's a good point, Sister Hava. People don't see the Most High as King. But if they saw the Most High as King, and if the King said, do A, B, and C, or I'm going to cut your head off, what do you think they would do?
They would do A, B,
If
and
he
C.
said, every time you hear the sound of this flute, cornet, harp, psaltery, something else, bow down and worship my statue, what do you think they're going to do?
Do it.
Do it, because what was the consequence if they didn't do it? They went in the fiery furnace, right? Like that.
They still don't hear it.
Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Everybody did it, though. Who got in trouble with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? So we know that when people see a king and the king sets an ordinance or a rule,
Or
people,
immediately ordinance.
yeah, people do it. But because, like Sister Hava said, they don't see Yah as king, they don't do the things that he said. Yes, Ariel.
Isn't Yah is not a statue, but is it Yah a spirit?
Yes.
So then, if he's a spirit and he's the king, what would they do? Would they just be laughing at him because he's a spirit?
No, I think you're missing the point. The point is that if they recognize who he is and what he says as the way they would recognize a king, then they would listen, because the people listen to the king. But because they don't, they think he's like a joke, right? Like, oh, he's not going to really do anything. They're going to, what are you doing? Don't do that. Because they think he's a joke, right? Like when Noah said, repent, because the kingdom of Yah is at hand, right? It's going to rain, it's going to flood the earth. And they're like, ha, 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 ha. They took it like a joke, but then it started raining, right?
Would
Okay.
they go on to Noah should have said, let me in?
They probably did. We're knocking on Noah's ship saying, let me in. But do you think he opened the door? Nope.
What do you think would happen if he opened the door?
I think he would get put out because what Yah gave him a commandment, right? And he said those people are going to die. So then for Noah to break that would mean he'd be going against Yah. And he put him in the ark being righteous, not being not righteous, right? So Yah ordained order for everything to keep everything running smoothly. When we do PEMDAS out of order, is your answer correct? Your answer is completely wrong if you do the order operations.
Yes, it is always.
It's always wrong. Even when you do the order of operations right, it comes out wrong. But, so when we live our lives, right, out of order, and we're not living the way Yah ordained our lives to be, what do you think will happen to our lives?
Baby.
Go wrong.
Everything will be wrong.
We
It'll
will
be
go
wrong
like
like
this.
your math problem in PEMDAS.
It's like that.
Like this.
Like there is how he trained different places. Or no, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, how it started off.
Oh, different dimensions.
Yeah, and then once he messed up one, then it would destroy the other. So it's kind
Oh,
of
like in Cat Ninja on Epic, how there was some epic in Cat Ninja, and there was the cuckoo, and there was so many different dimensions and stuff.
Okay.
Like when
So I have one last scripture, and I'm going to read this one. This one just talks about the order that Yah has created, right, on this earth. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die, right? This is his order. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. So there is order for everything. Yes?
And a time to die and a time to live.
Yeah, that was like number one.
Hey, Mom, you know we should do that scripture.
No, we're not going to do that. Your scripture remember today, this week, is 1 Corinthians 11 and 3, which is, but I would have you know that the head of every man is what? Christ. And the head of the woman is who? The man. And the head of Christ is? Yeah. And then who comes after Christ? I mean, who comes after the woman? No, who's going after the woman? Children. Where are you going? Have a seat. Sit down. Alright, so that is our lesson for today. Now we get to do the exercise of it, right? So we talked about order. Everything has to be done in order. So today, be quiet. Today we're going to make origami, right? We're going to make these little tiny origami frogs. Now, in order for these tiny origami frogs to work, you have to do everything in order. So we're going to work hard today to make sure that we do all of our steps in order to make sure that our origami frogs come out correct. Now I made 3, thank you for my good job. I made 3 frogs today to make sure that I can remember how it goes. But in case I forget, I printed off an instruction sheet for me to look at. You can also find in the description, right, is the link to go and get the instruction sheet, so you can follow along right now or you can follow along later. And Sister Hava said, disorder leads to disease, discomfort, and distance from the Almighty. That is so true. When people are not righteous, they want to hide and do things in secret so the Almighty won't see them, right? And when you want to hide from the Almighty, do you think you're getting closer to the Almighty? Do you think you're getting further from the Almighty?
You're hiding from Him.
They're hiding. Well, they think they're hiding from Him, but can you hide from the Almighty?
No matter how deep you are
underneath. Go to Egypt and tell them the
Jonah.
So then this is what he did. He tried to hide, and then he went on the ship, and then the waves were too hard, so he jumped out, and then he got stuck like fish.
Yes. Now, yes.
And you don't hide. That means you get closer to him.
Yeah. When you don't hide, you get closer. Kamari, did you want to add something to that? Okay. So, what you're going to need to do, I'm going to move this closer, and for the sake of this project, yes, Sahara. No, sit down. You run away. For the sake of this project, right, I'm going to put the camera right here, right up close, so you can see me, so I can show you how it's set. So, you're going to need one piece of paper, which, stop looking at something, which is 15 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters. Can you shut that curtain, please? So I cut out, because I don't have origami paper, which I'm going to try and get some origami paper, because this is not the first time we've done origami. So I'm going to try and get us some origami paper, so in the future we'll have it. So I went through a magazine, and I cut out pieces that I thought had some vibrant paper that was kind of like whole. I tried to get stuff that didn't have a lot of words in it, so that our frogs would look better. So got some blacks, some greens, some yellows. Not the best, right? But it's gonna have to do. So go ahead and pick. So you want green? We've got yellow. Take what you want, you guys. We have more than enough paper. So take whichever color you want. You want brown?
I didn't get anything.
Which is funny. Nobody Nobody picked green for the frog. Okay. So, hey, ma'am, please stop.
I like this one because it looks like one of the bees that.
There was actually a frog. One of the papers I cut was a frog.
Mom,
Why did you
Yes.
do this to my
this,
mom?
this looks like one of Ray Files videos when he tasted kill bees and the kill bees won.
One piece of paper. Have a seat. Have a seat. Nava, sit down. Thank you. All right. So I picked this one green piece of paper which actually has a frog on it. That way I can have a green frog because I have a brown frog, I have a black frog, and I have a blue frog. So now I'm going to have a green frog. So again, this is all about following the steps, being in order. If you don't do this project in order, it's not going to work. So pick which side you want to show. So I want this green side to show, so I'm going to put this green side face down. I don't want to see it anymore. So Kamari, which side do you want to show?
Coke.
The soda side? Okay. Ariel, what side do you want to show?
The ice cream.
You don't want the sun, the pretty sun to show on the other side? You guys are cuckoo banana, wasting that pretty sun like that.
Oh no, the ice cream. Wow, no. Looks like ice cream. Okay.
That's whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. Nava, which side do you want to show? That side? Okay, so you're going to put it face down. Nava, if you get lost, I'm probably just going to make this for you. So you can just sit there and enjoy it. So the first thing you're going to do, hopefully you guys can see. I can't zoom in. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your paper and you're going to, at the very top, which side, determine which side you want to be his head. Which side do you want to be his head? Okay. So you're going to take and you're going to make a triangle at the top of the paper.
This is one.
I'm going to do yours for you now, but don't worry. So it should look like this. That's the first step. Did everybody do that? Make sure, the other thing about origami is you always need to make sure you have nice, strong creases, right? And make sure your paper is lined up perfectly, as perfect as you can get it. Right? Okay. Now you're going to open it back up like this. So now you're back to your rectangle. Then you're going to fold it the other direction so you get the triangle going the other direction. Again, make sure you're trying to line your paper up as close as you possibly can. And if you get lost, you can freeze, you can pause the video, and you can keep going when you got it. So then now so you're going to fold the other direction, right? And then you're going to open it back up. And when you're done, I don't know if you can see that, I've got almost like a big X going like this on top of my paper. So, can you follow directions?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead. If you know what you're doing, go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Okay, so now I've done that, right? This is the side I want down. Now I'm going to flip it over. So now I want to see the side that I want to show on top of my frog. And I'm going to, is that right? Did I do that right? I'm going to fold it down.
All the way to right here.
So you're going to fold it down so that the part you're folding down meets the bottom of your X. So there's the bottom of my X right here. And I'm going to fold this down to the bottom of my X. Right?
You should have time. I want you to see it.
Then we're going to make it to flip it back over. Sorry. So flip it back over to the side you don't want to see. And then you're going to make it to fold in. So here it is. I'm going to make it right at that crease. I'm going to make it fold in. And it's going to, so you see how you have this crease going right here across? You have that crease going right there across? No, let her try. You're going to, let Ariel. Because you didn't do it right. You're not following directions.
I did.
No, you didn't. You're supposed to take this and fold it down to the bottom of your X, right there.
I just read this.
I didn't say that. There you go. Now flip it back over. And now you can get it to fold. See? Look, you're going
This
to...
is the part I want to do my face.
Huh?
This is the part I mean,
Okay.
this part.
That's the part you want to be your face? How about this one? It's right here.
I said this is the part.
Just fold it yours in all directions. Again, this whole thing is about following instructions. So already
I've done this.
you're struggling to follow instructions, so you got to pay attention.
And we do the same thing on the other side, right?
I'm not telling you.
Here, this is his speaker. More house. Welcome to Benny's. The frog.
Do what makes you hot.
Do on the other side too.
Hey Ariel, I'm not helping you anymore after this. Because you have folded it the wrong direction too. You said you wanted this to be your face, you folded it the wrong direction. Okay, so there you go. So now,
Help me now.
you're going to wait. I'm going to do it after we're all done. It should look like this, almost like a house, right? So you took it, it was open, and then you caused it to collapse on itself. And then you fold it over like this. And you need to sit down on your bottom, and you need to listen. Okay? Make some good creases. You guys have good creases? Okay. Next step is you're going to fold the bottom of your frog up to the top of your roof. We're going to call this like a roof.
Like a hotel.
Like a roof. So it went from a hotel. Good. It went from a hotel to now it's a house. So you're going to take the bottom and fold it up, right? It doesn't matter. Be quiet and listen to the instructions. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. After you fold it up and went from hotel, house, you're going to open up one of the flaps of your hotel. See, look. Don't open it up all the way. Just lift it up a little bit, right? You're going to lift it up a little bit, and you're going to fold the bottom over to the crease of the hotel flap. So I took this bottom and I folded it over so that the corner of this bottom met the crease of the roof of my house. So you're going to lift this up, you're going to fold this over so that this corner meets right here.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to do that.
So once you've done that, make sure you have a good crease, right? Do it. So you're going to take this corner and put it to the crease in the middle underneath your flap. And once you do that side, then you're going to do the other side too. So you're going to lift this flap and you're going to take this corner and put this corner here in the middle. Yes, Nava?
Mom, it's not supposed to go like this.
The sizes that you need, yes, you only need one sheet, and the size that you need is 15 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters. And if you need that number again, it's in the it's in the description. So now we have an even tinier house. Let me see. Again, you're going to take it to meet the crease. So yes, you did it right. You just got to make your lines. Okay, do the other side, Aria. Yes, the heart. Nava, I will do it for you when I'm finished showing everybody else. Just be patient, okay? Until then, you want to play with these frogs, and then I'll make you your own frog. Yes, Zahara.
First,
You need to wait.
first it was a house.
Don't unfold it. Just keep up. Okay, did you make your pieces good?
I mean, a hotel, then it was
House, and it's a tiny house. Are your pieces good? That crease doesn't look good. Kamar, you look a little lost over there because you didn't want to follow the order,
I
right?
did follow.
Okay, well, Kamar is looking a little lost.
No, but see, what happened was this part wasn't filled in right.
Was that because you started folding and saying you knew it's not right? Because you knew what you were supposed to be doing, but...
I thought I was directed.
Okay. Yes, Zahara. All right, so now we have our small house. Now, you're going to take the roof of your house and you're going to fold it up. So these are going to be the front legs of your frog. So you're going to take it from here's the middle of your roof, right? And you're going to fold his leg up so it comes up like that. Now it kind of looks like a, I don't know. But it should look like this.
Or something.
That's going to be the front legs of your frog.
It looks like a toad.
Ribbit. Okay. Sit down and stay focused. Make sure your creases are good. Right? After you do that, you're going to, yes, Sahara. You're going to fold the bottom. So I'm going to take this bottom and I'm going to fold this bottom up to right underneath where my legs are.
Mom,
Sit it down on the table.
ice cream showing it, not the sun.
You told me you wanted the ice cream to show.
I said I wanted.
Sweetheart, you're messing this stuff up. I said these are your front legs, so they need to stick up like that. And that's why you have to look at mommy's. Right? They need to stick up. If you fold it so that it's down, you're not going to have no front legs. Well, we can refold it once we're done. Don't worry. You did say you wanted the ice cream.
First I said, but then I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, now focus. Fold this bottom up to where it reaches the bottom of your front leg. Well, she's trying to learn, so you scoot over. So now it should look like this. So now it's looking more like a frog, right? He's getting shorter. See that? Don't overlap it. Just make it at the bottom. Okay? Okay, now this part's kind of tricky. So in here is like a little flap. You're going to pull this little flap, this right here, right? So you're going to leave it folded up. Don't unfold it. Fold it back up. Oh, my nose itches. I hate when that happens. You're going to fold it back up, and you're going to pull this little flap out. It's kind of hard to explain. You're gonna pull. No. You're gonna leave it folded up, and you're going to pull the little flap out.
I can't see.
I know my hands are warm. Got a little kink in here. There we go. Hold on, I'm going to help you in a second. I'm trying to get mine situated.
Hey.
Oh, I know we did wrong. Okay, take it back.
What?
Okay. So once you fold it up like this, right? Then you're going to fold it down. You're going to fold your tip of your triangle. Sorry, I missed a step. See? I was messing up because I was missing a step. You have your rectangle at the bottom. You see this rectangle at the bottom? You're going to fold it down and make a triangle on one side. See that? So here's my rectangle at the bottom, and I'm going to make a triangle on one side, and you're going to make a triangle on the other side. Now, but please move your arms.
Is there supposed to be like a little crack there?
Yep. A little crack is there is where it's supposed to look like.
That?
I'm going to do this with a piece of pie. Mine's going to get big.
You have a big, giant frog. Okay. Now, right? Now open it back up. Flip it back over. Stay with us. Open it back up. Open it so you get back your rectangle. You're going to open it so that you get your rectangle back. So remember, we had our rectangle. We folded down this side, right? Then we're going to open our rectangle back, and now you're going to take that little flap, and you're going to pull that flap out. You're going to take the little flap. So inside of here is a little flap. You're going to take it, and you're going to pull it, leave it folded up. No. Leave your rectangle folded up, and you're going to pull. It's like you're pulling his leg out. Like his leg was tucked underneath him. You're going to yank his leg out.
Like this?
Let me see. Leave it folded up, yeah. And you're going to yank his leg out.
No, don't pull on my leg! Ah!
So I'm going to show you again. So it was like our rectangle down at the bottom, and then you're going to yank his leg out.
Now it looks like a frog.
Yank his leg out. Let me see, Kai. Lay it
Now
down.
it looks like a frog in a boat looking up.
Lay him down, Kamari. Open your rectangle back up. So you get your rectangle again.
Yeah, open the triangle.
Yours is all messed up. Yours is completely wrong. So you'll have to wait, and we'll go back over it.
Wait.
Yours is completely wrong. Oh, no, I guess not. So then you're gonna pull his leg out like this.
Make it look like a boat.
Why is this like that? Why don't you have good creases? Like, why does it look all sloppy and stuff? You're gonna need to restart over because yeah, this is a mess. No, because she needs to stay with us. So that essentially that's it, right? So now you got your frog, and he looks like this. He looks more like a frog now, doesn't he? Right?
No, he looks like a frog on a boat, just looking up at the sun.
Okay. Now you have this crease that runs right here. Right there. And you have a crease that runs right there. I'm going to show you. That's from where his leg, see his leg kind of bends over? That's where he pulled his leg out. You're going to take and you're going to bend this over at the crease. And that's going to be his back leg. So you're going to take like this, following this crease right here, and you're going to bend it over. So yeah, just do one at a time. Stop. So you got his leg right there. See that crease? You're going to take it and you're going to bend it over that crease. One at a time.
Let's see what I
Let me see. No. Because you took his legs out. You're going to bend it over like that. These are his back legs. So now he looks like he's got 2 front legs and 2 back legs. What Ariel did was she just bent it straight over like this, taking it down. So it's like that. You don't want to do that. You want to make a new crease. You're going to fold it over so that you almost create like a whole new triangle right here.
Like this. Hey, are you going to talk to us? Yeah. They frog can kind of jump.
Sister Hava said it keeps freezing. I'm sorry if it's freezing on your guys' end. Again, the instructions are in the comment, and not in the comment section, in the description. You can pull up you can follow the link and go to the website, or you can just hit pause and catch up. So now we have a little frog that looks like this. Well, our frog is almost done. But if we just had a frog like this, he doesn't jump very good. And our frogs, these are some jumping frogs. So we have a few more steps to go before we get jumping frogs.
We have to make the eye.
Okay. So now you're gonna lay your frog on his back. Put him on his back.
I'm dying.
Ah, don't die, frog. Oh no. Okay. Now flip him over and lay him on his back. And flip him over and lay him on his back. And flip him over and lay him on his back. And flip him over and lay him. You gotta make him dizzy. This next part, you gotta make your frog dizzy first. Gotta have a dizzy. Kamari's standing up and spinning in circles with his frog. And Ariel's got a tumbler going on. Hold on, let me see your back legs. Your back legs are kind of off.
Mom, but this one doesn't really jump at it.
He doesn't like you. Okay. So everybody's frog is dizzy? Okay, now lay him right side up again. Okay. Now you're going to take your frog's head and his back and you're going to bend him over. He's got like this, almost like a little star right here. You want to bend it over so that you see the star facing up at you. So almost, see here's my frog, almost like 2/3 of the way, I'm going to bend him over. And that way I see his star, see his little we're going to call this his belly button. You want to see your frog's belly button. So you're not going to fold him in half, because if you fold him in half, his belly button will be right here. You're going to fold him so his belly button faces up at you. So you're going to fold him backwards. I'm going to show you again on Ariel's. Fold him backwards, back. Oh, there's the belly one. Don't stop there. Keep going. Keep going. Ah, there's his belly button.
He's doing gymnastics.
Yes, he's a gymnastics frog. She's doing gymnastics.
Like this?
Can I see your
Let me
belly
see.
button?
I can't see your belly button. Yours is messed up, so no. Because you have this big wide gap. It shouldn't be a wide gap. It should be a little tiny gap. Okay, make your good creases. Right? Mine's a little crooked.
I was tickling my
You're tickling your frog's belly button? That's weird. Okay, now open him back up on his stomach. Put him over on his stomach. Right? Now, I think, yeah. Now you're going to fold him over again. So here's his His belly button's on the bottom. And here's his, we're going to call this his butt. Right? You're going to push his back over his butt.
Like this?
Let me see. Nope. See how he's laying on his stomach? Right? So I'm going to push him backwards, push him backwards, push him backwards, push him backwards till his head reaches his butt. So he's like this, right? Look, Oreo. Push him backwards, push him backwards, push him backwards, push him backwards till his head gets on his butt. So here's his head, here's his butt.
I can't do that.
You can do it. It's good for you.
No.
Oh, you can't make your head reach your butt. That's the good thing. You have a spine. Our frogs don't have any spines.
Yes, they do.
So now he should look like this. So again, I'm going to show you again. Here's his belly button, right? You want his belly button to be flat. Then you're going to take his, grab him by his butt and grab him by his head, and you're going to push his head all the way back till it reaches his butt. And then you're going to make a good crease.
Mine is such a gymnastics.
And then you open it back up, and you've got your frog.
Look, mine is such a gymnastics.
And then you can draw some eyes. Let me get a pen real quick. I'll get some eyes on my frog.
Guys, here's the trick to making it. I just did a backflip.
And you got to give it a little bit, and you give it a little bit, then it will open back up, right? All your creases will kind of like open up, and then it'll jump further. At first, it doesn't jump very far. Got to give some time. You did a lot of folding and stuff. And give my frog a happy face.
Look, it can do backflips.
Some eyelashes. Who doesn't love a frog with eyelashes? That's just creepy. There's my frog. Gave her a little smiley face and some eyelashes. And now
Mine
she's,
is a gymnastics girl.
and now she's ready to jump. Woo! Look at that. Look at her go.
Mine is
Look at her go.
Look, she can do
Woo!
backflips.
Go, froggy, go. We got a frog race. And mine keeps doing 2 jumps and she jumps on her head. Why does she keep doing that?
I think she likes
Mine's
doing
a
that.
baby.
Yours is a baby. Yours looks like you need special ed class. So I'm going to show you guys one more time, right? I'm going to use Nava's right here. And then I'm going to, Nava, which side do you want up? This side you want. Okay. So the side you want up, you're going to put it down on the table. I'm going to go quickly. You're going to take the top of your paper. Now, which side do you want to be the top? Where do you want its head? Right here. Okay. So the side that you want to be their head, put at the top. So I'm going to take and I'm going to fold a triangle at the top of my paper. Right? Like that. Then I'm going to open it up. Then on the other side, I'm going to fold another triangle. Right? Make sure you got good creases. Always have good creases. My nose itches so much. I hate it. Then you're going to open it back up. And now you have an X. Right? You have an X on your paper. Now you're going to flip it over so you see the side that you do want. And once you flip it over, see the side you do want, you're going to take the top where your head is going to be, and you're going to fold it down to the bottom of your X. Like so.
First, wins. 2.
Like that. Got it? Then you're going to open it back up. And you're going to flip it back over to the side you don't want to see. And your paper kind of... Can you help her, please? Your paper kind of already wants to fold in the direction you want to fold it. So you're going to take your fingers. I've got my fingers at the bottom here, and then my fingers on the 2 cracks right here. And you're going to fold it in. So it looks like this. And we call this our hotel. So now you have a hotel. I'm going to show you again. This step's kind of complicated. You're going to take it so that it collapses on itself, and you get a roof. So you want a roof, right? And now you've got, this is going to be, when you're done, I'm giving instructions. I need you to sit down and let me give instructions. This is now going to be the head of our frog. Uh-oh. I threw a hotel down on the floor. Now, we don't want a hotel anymore. We're going to turn our hotel into a house. So to turn our hotel into a house, we're going to take the bottom of our hotel, and we're going to fold it up to our roof.
Take 2.
Like, yes, fold it to the bottom of our roof. Like this. So we took our frog, we took our hotel, and we turned it into a house. But we don't really like this house either. So we're going to take this house and we're going to make a smaller house. I need you to be quiet, please. In order to do that, you're going to open up your roof, right? See, I've opened up my roof a little bit. Not all the way, just so I can see this crack right there. I need to be able to see that crack. And I'm going to fold this part. See this part right here, this side? I'm going to fold this side in and make it meet this crease right here.
You want to make some coffee.
And make sure you're making good creases. Go ahead and let her out, please. So I took this side and I folded it into this corner, right? This crease right here on my roof. And I'm opening it back up. So then now we get an even smaller house. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. What you do one side, you got to do to the other. So I'm going to open that side up. And again, I'm going to fold it over so that my corner meets the crack on the inside. And make a good crease. Now we open it back up, and now we have a smaller house, right? Now we're satisfied. We got a small house with a big roof. Okay? Now we're going to make our frog's front legs. In order to make your frog's front legs, you're going to take this corner of your roof, right? And you're going to fold it upward. You don't want to fold it in a perfect triangle like that. You don't want to do that. You want to fold it and leave it off to the side. No, ma'am. You already had one. You want to leave it off to the side so that you get some frog legs. You can do the same thing to the other side.
Be quiet, or you can go to your room.
If you flip it over, you'll see the front side of the frog. There's your frog's head, and here's your frog's two legs. No, ma'am, you're not going to have that piece of candy. Got it? Okay, but we're still working on the side. So it should look like this when you're done. Remember, don't fold it directly up like that. You don't want it like that. You want it so that your frog's legs stick out. Okay, lay him back on his back. This is his tummy. This is his back. So you're laying him on his back, right? And then you're going to fold his butt. We're going to call it his butt. We're going to fold his butt up to his legs at the top. Right? Now he's short. He went from a long frog, we're called a toad. And now we're going from toad to frog. Right? So now he's short. You look more like a frog yet, guys? Hopefully. Okay? Lay him back on his back again. Now you're going to take this corner right here, and you're going to fold this corner. You're going to make a triangle. And you're going to make this corner go flush with the bottom. Can you do that? You're going to take this corner right here, and you're going to fold this corner down so that it makes a perfect triangle on that side. See that? See our little triangle? Remember, what you do on one side, you have to do on the other. So we're going to take it, we're going to fold this one down too. You want to be flush with the bottom. And there's going to be a little bit of a crack right here. Don't worry about that. That's okay. You won't see that later. Oh my goodness, you're just so bad. Okay, you guys got that? After you folded two triangles, you're going to open it back up so you have your rectangle at the bottom. See your rectangle at the bottom? Okay, so I've got my rectangle at the bottom. This part's kind of tricky. In here, you have a little flap, right? So while it's still folded, you're going to pull, your flap out. This is your frog's leg. So it's kind of, he's got his legs all tucked up, right? You want to pull his leg out and then make a crease. I know it's kind of tricky, but you just got to find the little flap back there. Keep it folded up. Find the little flap back there and give me that leg. Give me that leg, frog. Give me that leg. And you pull it out.
Easier if we just did the same thing on the other side.
Mom, what are you doing?
When I'm done with it, Nava, I will be done with it. Do not be rude. Oh, my nose.
You know, isn't it easier if we just did it?
Okay, well, this is the instructions, and we have learned that when you don't follow the order in which they've given you, you mess up. So now your frog should look like this. If you flip him over, he looks very much like a frog already. And you could technically leave him like this, but he won't hop very well. And we want to have some good hopping frogs, right? So we have still some more steps to do so we can have some good hopping frogs. See? No hop, big hop. Well, she flipped over, right? So again, this is the back, and this It's the tongue. So you're going to lay him on his back, right? And you see this crease right here on your frog from where you folded his leg out? We're going to make his back legs now. In order to make his back legs, we have to fold this at the crease and create another crease. So you don't want to fold it all the way over. You don't want to do that. That's not right. You want to fold it just a little bit so that it hangs down. You make your own crease and it hangs down at the bottom. See how I made it hang down at the bottom? And once you do it to one side, you have to do it the other. Again, following this crease right here that we created with our with our rectangle, you're going to follow that crease. And he should look like this. So now he has 2 front legs and 2 back legs. Again, you don't want to fold it all the way over so he's like this. That's not how you want it to be. You want to make your own new crease so that he's got some legs. You want to have some space in between here. If you got some space, then you know you did it right. How's your frog looking? Does he look like a frog now? He definitely looks like a frog right now. Now here comes another tricky part, but I know you guys can do it, right? You're going to flip him on his back. Then you're going to flip him on his belly. Then you're going to flip him on his back. Then you're going to flip him on his belly. And flip him on his back. And flip him on his belly. Flip him on his back. Flip him on his belly. Flip him on his back. Y'all make him dizzy.
Don't kill him.
Stop, please.
Don't kill my friend.
If you don't make him dizzy, it doesn't work, right? Is your frog dizzy yet? Make sure your frog is dizzy. You gotta be dizzy for this part. All right. So now this is the frog's belly button, right? Excuse me, Nava. Everybody point to your frog's belly button. Say, "Hi, your belly button. How you doing down there?" You want to fold your frog back. Sorry, you want to lay him on his stomach. So you want to see your frog's back, and you want to fold your frog over so that his belly button is facing you. So that's like 2/3 of the way. So here's my frog's back. And then I'm going to fold him over so that all I have left is pretty much, we're going to call this his butt. This is my frog's butt. See his butt cheeks? So you're going to fold him over so that you have just his belly button. You want his belly button to say hi to you. Remember his belly button earlier? Let me see. No, you more so folded it in half. You want the belly button. So you got your belly button. See what Kamari did? His belly button's right at the crease. You don't want the belly button at the crease. You want the belly button to look at you. So you have to fold it over a little bit more. If you've got him laying on his stomach and you fold him over, you should be able to see his belly button. See? Now you can see, Kamari's looks a little better. You can see Kamari's belly button. It's looking at us. Okay, once you see his belly button, flip him back over and open him up. So he was like this. When you flip him over, you're going to open him up so his legs are flat. Now you're going to walk his head back. So here's his head. Here's his butt. Here's his head. Here's his butt. You're going to walk him backwards. I got to do it on the table. So that his head meets his butt. You're going to take his hands, grab his hands, and you're going to walk him backwards so that his head meets his butt. Then he should look kind of squashed, like a squashed banana. See, he's all crunched up. It should look like that. Did you walk him over? Take his hands. Lay him on his stomach. Did you lay him on his stomach? Yep, Kamari did it. Good job. I like how the bullseye's at the top. That's good. So Kamari walked him. He got it like this. Kamari's is easier to see. Here's his butt. Here's his head. Kamari backed his head up to his butt. Almost, Nala. And then, what happened to your front hands? There we go. There you go. You got your frog. There you go. Kamari, start jumping. Now, but here's your frog. She's ready to jump. Let's get all of our frogs and let's race. All right, you can use those too.
A better way for your frog to scan is by bending his legs all the way down.
No, this is my secret way how to do it. I'm not going to tell you that I am.
Ready? Go! 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 Go, little blue frog!
Mine's just running. My frog is...
You gotta give it a little bit of time. Yeah.
Mine's just running. The one that reaches Kamari's arm first wins. Yeah.
You just have to push light.
So you give some time. Sometimes, like I said earlier, you gotta give some time to stretch back out. She jumps high. This is a high jumper. Flipped over on his back.
Eyes keep doing
Oh, look at that. That jumped high too. High jump. Ooh, look how high that one jumped.
Oh, yeah,
You gotta give it time. You gotta give it time. Stop holding it down.
Yay.
Give it time to stretch back out. It's gotta stretch its legs. It was just born. Give it some time. Anyway, you guys can do this over and over and over again. Like I said, the instructions are in the description. You can go to my website and you can find the instructions for how to make it.
Now, but
Let's see to see us again.
now when Lee's trying to take a piggyback ride.
Take a piggyback ride.
No,
And then,
Ariel, you let Sahara get to the permanent marker.
that's on you. She drew all over her dress.
All over her hands, not her dress.
Okay. Well, her hands may wash. So I've cut a bajillion pieces of paper so my children can make many more frogs and keep practicing. But like we talked about, if you didn't follow the instructions right in order, your frog will come out. I want to show you what happens to a frog that doesn't come out, who doesn't follow instructions. He looks like this. No, you cannot. All right. I love you guys. So y'all, I'm back. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I hope you have fun making froggies.
Shabbat shalom. Mommy.
See you later.
Froggy, froggy, froggy. It smells like booties. It's not.